is the Warriors versus the Tigers. This one's probably going to be one of the more interesting games of the week for me. I mean, the Tigers turned up last week, put on a bit of a shock, put on a bit of a display. I certainly didn't tip them against the Knights. And they turned up straight away, just started like a house on fire and just never really let up. The Warriors ran it close. The Warriors are such a hard side to tip for and against because you never know which Warriors side's going to turn up. You know, the news came out in the week as well that when Walsh comes off the bench, he will be going to fullback, and Tuivasa-Sheck will then start to get distributed around the field a little bit more. So, I mean, at some point, you're going to see Reece Walsh come on and he will be in the one shirt. It's just a case of how he goes there. The Tigers, they looked good last week. Like, you really can't take it. You can take nothing away from them. When they looked like they were at their best, they looked like a potential bottom 8 team. Like, bottom end, like your 7th, 8th, 9th spot. You know, Tigers love a good 9th spot, don't they? But but they did look good for the most part, and it's so hard to tip this one. It really is. I get the feeling that the Warriors might just sneak this one, but you say that with not really much confidence. I mean, you got Montoya coming in, Aikens back from injury as well. Murchie comes in at the 11 shirt, so they're bringing back a little bit of talent as well of the Warriors.
Yeah, they do lose a little bit of talent as well. Josh Curran, a pretty nasty hyperextension of his right elbow. So he's out for up to a month while Marcelo Montoya replaces Rocco Berry, who failed his HIA last week. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. The Tigers, I saw this on Twitter 2 days ago. Someone was talking about the Warriors-Tigers match. And it's the question of whether you're going to see the Tigers of last week. Wow, I can't talk today. Last weekend. There we go. Or whether you see the Tigers from a couple of weeks ago down in Campbelltown where they got booed off at halftime. You just don't know. You really don't know. 1-17 for the Tigers, which is a miracle. I don't know how Maguire has done that, but he's gone 1-17. I'm going to go anytime try scorer first. I'm going to give you that tip, and I'm saying Cody Nikorima. He's a quick, elusive half. He plays at second receiver. If he can get on the outside of a Luke Garner, catch him kind of unawares, backpedaling a little bit, maybe if he swings around the back and goes the other side, goes in between Joey Leilua and Luciano, and you have Roger, sitting out the back, ready to pass off to Mamalo. Maybe Nikorima slips through. Definitely wouldn't put it past him. The other option, we saw the Warriors were a bit flimsy through the middle last week against Parramatta. Jacob Little scooting out a dummy half. Probably a value anytime try scorer bet. Team tip, no confidence. Warriors 1-12.
Yeah, the Warriors 1-12 is where I go on this one as well. You look at the Tigers. I mean, if the Tigers are going to win this one, it's going to be a slim margin. The Tigers have won 2 out of their last 5. Warriors exactly the same. The Tigers, any game that they've won out of their last 5 has been by no more than 6 points. 20-14 against the Dragons, 24-20 against the Cowboys. Neither of them are really premier sides. Yes, they got beat by the Storm, arguably one of your top 4 teams. Sea Eagles in an absolute premier, 32-38 in that one when you've got Tom Trbojevic popping out the back wherever he fancies. And then Eels last week. Warriors got wins against the Knights. Those were the Warriors results. The Tigers, 36-18 against the Knights last week. 28-36 loss against the Titans. 16-8 against the Dragons as well. A 40-6 loss against the Sea Eagles and a 14-18 loss against the Rabbitohs. So they're in similar veins of form. Both teams have a tendency to hemorrhage points through just little periods in the game. Can be so unpredictable. I genuinely hate tipping this game. I'm going to say with very little no confidence, Warriors 1-12. It's going to be a slim margin. I can't see either team blowing this one out. But anytime try scorer, I'm going to say Aitken. I'm going to say Aitken gets over on the edge. He's coming up against Dewey, who's a substantially smaller man. Yes, Adam Dewey is a fullback by trade and can play in the halves as well. He's got a decent tackle technique on him, but you've seen Aitken's just got that freakish power close to the line. He's just one of them compact, explosive players. Warriors get to the edge, 10 metres out, you're not stopping you and Aitken. So I'm going to say him for an anytime try scorer there. I like the fact that the Tigers have seen they're going on the premise of if it's not broke, don't fix it. So you see Dewey in the centre again. We both questioned why Dewey was in the centre last week. He'd done a sturdy job at fullback, and Dane Laurie was still finding his feet there. But he showed his attacking prowess. You saw with that little kick through for Tamo's try. Just what it brings, the level of unpredictability and the structure that he brings, just roaming around in that centre spot. So I still feel that the Warriors have got this though. So yeah, Warriors 1-12. Aitken anytime try scorer for me.